Mom gets 40 years after 3-month-old starved to death at hotel. Skyland Turk, Texas mom sentenced to 40 years jail after 3-month-old starved to death at Waco hotel she lived in with child's father, Charles Devin Harris, who also faces charges. Baby JJ, identified as Jacob Jeremiah Amon Harris, a Texas mother, has been sentenced to 40 years jail after her 3-month-old baby boy starved to death at a hotel in Waco. Skyland Turk, 34, was handed down the jail time after pleaded guilty to 1 count each of murder, injury to a child, endangering a child, and possession of methamphetamine, a controlled substance. 3-month-old baby boy was described as starving and looking like a skeleton. During a Thursday morning court appearance, Turk was sentenced to 40 years in prison for the murder charge, 40 years for the injury to a child charge, and 2 years apiece for each of the remaining charges. Her sentences were assessed to run concurrently, meaning they will run at the same time. She will be eligible for parole after serving at least 20 years. The defendant will also receive credit for 633 days spent in pretrial detention, the court determined. We are grateful that this defendant accepted responsibility and received a sentence in the upper end of the punishment range, while also removing the risks inherent in the trial and appeals process, McLennan County Assistant District Attorney Tara Avance said in a statement to KXXV. Legally, there is only a 10-year difference between a life sentence and a 40-year sentence. The horrific and irresponsible nature of this defendant's behavior left us unwilling to agree to any lower punishment. Notice of the baby boy's death came on November 29, 2023, following police being called to the New Road Inn, a hotel located along the frontage road of Interstate 35. There, the infant Jacob Jeremiah Amon Harris was found dead. The boy's death was determined to be the result of prolonged starvation. Responding to a call about an unresponsive child, the boy, identified as Baby JJ, was described as starving and looking like a skeleton, according to court records obtained by KWTX. Child Protection Services involvement. Court documents described the scene as filth-ridden, with police rescuing the boy's then 3-year-old sister. Officers described finding cockroaches, raw meat, knives and swords, and drugs in a backpack. In January 2024, Turk and the boy's father, Charles Devin Harris, 28, were indicted on multiple counts related to the 3-month-old's death. The investigation into the family was brought on by a third party making a report about the child's welfare to Child Protective Services. The CPS caller expressed concerns baby JJ had not put on enough weight since his birth and described Turk as nonchalant about the issue, Lawan Crime reported. Turk's defense attorney provided a statement to local multiple media outlets after the sentencing hearing. This was a tragic situation, and Skyland was devastated by the loss of her child, Jonathan Sibley said. Skyland and her family still grieve for the loss of their child, but are pleased to put this part of the process behind them. Skyland and her family not only lost a loved member of their family, but this family will also have to deal with losing Skyland for a period of time while she is incarcerated. The father's case is still in the pretrial stage. Like and subscribe for more.